Supreme Court denies Adam Stewart's injunction, but appeal court grants temporary block on Gorstew board meeting. The Supreme Court has denied an application from Sandals Hotel executive chairman Adam Stewart to block the directors of Gorstew Limited, a company owned by his late father, Gordon Butch Stewart, from meeting to discuss, among other things, his removal as executive chairman. However, Stewart's attorney, Conrad George, confirmed that the Court of Appeal has since granted an injunction, temporarily preventing the meeting while Adam pursues an appeal against Justice David Batts' March 3rd ruling. In his 16-page decision, Batts stated that Adam Stewart had not demonstrated a strong enough case to justify injunctive relief. The judge emphasized that Stewart is currently only a director of Gorstew, and that the umbrella company his father had planned to oversee Gorstew and other businesses has not yet been established. Adam Stewart is set to be the majority shareholder of that future entity. At this time, he is only beneficially entitled to shares in a company that does not yet exist. This is the primary reason his application cannot succeed, Batts explained. Despite this ruling, Stewart has filed an appeal and is seeking to block Gorstew's board from proceeding with its planned meeting. A full hearing on the matter is scheduled for March 25th before Justice Jennifer Straw. The injunction from the Court of Appeal was issued shortly after Batts' ruling and was granted without the defendant's participation, which is legally permissible. In certain circumstances, the legal battle over Gorstew's leadership, Stewart first sought the Supreme Court injunction on December 16, 2024, to prevent a board meeting scheduled for December 18th. The meeting was convened by his brother, Robert Bobby Stewart, and was intended to address several governance matters, including the potential removal of Adam as executive chairman. According to court documents, Adam Stewart opposes the meeting unless 3 independent directors are appointed or until a related lawsuit he filed the same day is resolved. In that lawsuit, he is seeking a declaration that any attempt to remove him would be oppressive, unfairly prejudicial, or an unfair disregard of his rights as a director and officer, as well as his anticipated status as majority shareholder. The Supreme Court held an oral hearing on February 14th, and Batts ruled against the injunction request, emphasizing that the application was not a trial and that no factual findings were being made at this stage. The legal dispute is one of several that have emerged since Butch Stewart's passing in January 2021, particularly regarding the execution of his May 2020 will and the intended restructuring of his businesses, ownership structure, and disputed claims. According to Butch Stewart's will, most of his businesses were to be consolidated under a new umbrella company which has yet to be formed. Gorstew, which he wholly owned, would be part of this entity. The ATL Group, as outlined in the will, would include Gorstew and its subsidiaries, as well as other businesses such as Appliance Traders Limited, the Jamaica Observer, the ATL Motor Vehicle Group, and the AC Marriott Hotel. Meanwhile, the Sandals and Beaches Resorts are managed through a separate trust in the Bahamas. Under the proposed ownership structure, Adam Stewart would hold a 52% stake in the new umbrella company, while his brother Bobby Stewart and their half-brother Gordon Stewart would each receive 24%. However, Batts ruled that since the new company does not yet exist, Adam Stewart is not the legal owner of any shares and cannot claim shareholder rights in Gorstew. He further noted that only the executors of Butch Stewart's estate have the legal authority to implement the terms of the will, including managing the corporate restructuring process. The law is clear that the executor represents the deceased shareholder, Batts stated, concluding that Adam Stewart had no legal standing to challenge the board's actions as a shareholder. Concerns over board decisions. Despite denying the injunction, Batts acknowledged that there was evidence, suggesting the board meeting's agenda could be aimed at undermining Adam Stewart. However, he determined that the listed agenda items, such as discussing Adam Stewart's alleged unauthorized use of the title executive chairman and his executive powers over Gorstew, did not directly impact him in his role as a director. The EAS meeting's agenda also included the appointment of a new chairman, the addition of Director Paul Soter, and the formation of an audit committee. Adam Stewart has argued that Soter is aligned with those opposing him, but Batts said there was no definitive evidence to support that claim.
Adam Stewart also contended that removing him as chairman would negatively affect ongoing contracts and business arrangements. The defendants countered that the contracts are with Gorstew's subsidiaries and that his removal would not harm the company. Batts acknowledged that Adam Stewart's removal is very likely to resonate within and among the group, but he also warned that preventing the board from managing Gorstew could have severe consequences. What's next? While the Supreme Court ruled against the injunction, the Court of Appeal's temporary block means the Gorstew board is currently prevented from meeting until the appeal is heard. Meanwhile, the broader lawsuit filed by Adam Stewart, challenging his potential removal, is set for its first hearing on April 10th. Adam Stewart is represented by King's counsels Walter Scott and Ian Wilkinson, along with attorneys Conrad George, Lenroy Stewart, and Gabrielle Chin. His opponents are represented by multiple legal teams. Bobby Stewart is represented by Simone Mayhew, KC, and Aaliyah Miri. Dimitri Singh by Michael Hilton, KC, Kevin Powell, and Timra Mason. Elizabeth Desnos by KC, Daniela Gentles, Catherine Williams, and Stephen Nelson. And Lawrence McDonald by KC, Denise Kitson, in Darien Street. Gorstew itself is represented by John Vassell, KC, Julianne Mays Cox, and Allison Mitchell from Duncox. This ongoing legal battle will determine the future leadership of Gorstew and could significantly impact the structure of the Stewart family's business empire.